Costa Rica is like a natural treasure chest. It has jaw-dropping beaches, forests so lush they look like they're from a movie, and animals you've most likely never seen in literature. But here's a little-known fact: Costa Rica does not have an army. They got rid of it in 1948 and used the money to fund schools and environmental projects. Costa Rica is more than simply pleasing to the eye. It has a tale, too. Costa Rica means rich coast in Spanish. When explorers landed here roughly 500 years ago, they expected to find plenty of gold. They didn't, but they discovered something even better, a land brimming with life and beauty. You might believe a trip here is expensive, but guess what? It does not have to. I'll teach you how to have a great time in Costa Rica without spending a lot of money. We'll discover secret sites that even some locals are unaware of. Did you know that Costa Rica boasts almost 800 kilometers of coastline? There are a lot of beaches to explore. And get this, approximately a fourth of the country is protected territory. That means there are several parks and forests where you may observe magnificent creatures and vegetation. So, are you eager to discover Costa Rica's secrets? Grab your backpack and join us on an adventure that will make your pals at home wish they were here as well. So, here's what I want you to do. Subscribe and enable notifications to ensure you don't miss any of our budget-friendly tips for exploring Costa Rica. Get ready to pack your bags, because after watching this video, you'll be eager to schedule your trip to this amazing country. Stick with me to discover how to travel Costa Rica on a budget, as well as the 40 hidden gems of Costa Rica. Alright, let's dive in. Flights first up, flights. The trick is to fly into San Jose, the capital city. It's usually cheaper than other airports. Try to book your tickets a few months early, that's when prices are best. And guess what? Flying on a Tuesday or Wednesday can save you some cash too. When to visit now? When should you visit? The best time for budget travelers is during the green season from May to November. Yeah, it might rain a bit, but prices drop and there are fewer crowds. Plus, everything is super green and pretty. Here's a cool travel tip. Costa Rica has two main airports. There's one in San Jose and another in Liberia. Check both to see which one has cheaper flights for your dates. Getting around Costa Rica once you're here, getting around is easy peasy. Costa Rica has a great bus system that can take you almost anywhere. It's cheap and you get to travel like a local. How cool is that? You can hop on a bus in San Jose and end up at a beautiful beach or in the middle of a rainforest. If you're feeling adventurous, you can even try the colectivos. These are shared taxis that locals use. They're a bit cheaper than regular taxis and a fun way to meet people. Accommodation. Let's talk about where to sleep in Costa Rica without spending all your money. Don't worry, you've got lots of cool options. First up, hostels. These are like friendly houses where you share rooms with other travelers. They're super cheap and a great way to meet new friends from all over the world. Many hostels have kitchens too, so you can save money by cooking your own meals. How cool is that? Next, we've got guesthouses. These are kinda like small hotels run by local families. They're comfy, cheap, and you get to experience real Costa Rican life. Plus, the owners often give great tips about secret spots to visit. Now, here's something adventurous: camping. Costa Rica has lots of beautiful places where you can pitch a tent. It's the cheapest way to stay and puts you right in the middle of nature. Imagine waking up to the sound of monkeys in the trees. Have you heard of homestays? This is when you stay with a Costa Rican family in their home. It's an awesome way to learn about the culture, practice Spanish, and eat delicious home-cooked meals. And it's often cheaper than a hotel. Here's a tip most people don't know: look for cabinas. These are simple, family-run places that are way cheaper than big hotels. They're all over Costa Rica, especially in beach towns. Pro tip: remember, wherever you stay, book early if you can. Prices go up when places get full. And don't be afraid to ask for discounts if you're staying for a while. Amazing places you can visit on a budget. A. Beaches. Costa Rica's secret coastal paradises. 1. Playa Ventanas. Imagine a beach with mysterious caves that you can actually swim through. Located near Ojochal on the southern Pacific coast, Playa Ventana gets its name, meaning windows beach, from the cool holes in the cave walls. These holes look like windows and create amazing light shows when waves crash through them. Fun fact: at low tide, you can walk all the way through the caves to reach a secret beach on the other side. 2. Playa Junquial. Playa Junquial is a 3-mile stretch of dark sand in Guanacaste. It is a sea turtle paradise. It's one of the few places in the world where you can see leatherback, olive ridley, and green sea turtles all nesting on the same beach. The local turtle conservation project lets visitors help release baby turtles into the ocean during hatching season, usually July to December. Cool fact: leatherback turtles that nest here can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. That's as heavy as a small car. 3. Playa Barragona. Playa Barragona is hidden near Samara. This beach is so secluded that even some locals don't know about it. The road to get here is bumpy, but you'll be rewarded with golden sand and clear blue waters, often all to yourself. Interesting tidbit: this beach was once owned by movie star Mel Gibson. The surrounding jungle is home to howler monkeys, so don't be surprised if you hear their loud calls while sunbathing. 4. Playa Caceira. Playa Caceira is part of the Karoo Wildlife Refuge. Playa Caceira Beach is a little slice of heaven. The boat ride to get here takes you past islands where exotic birds nest. Once you arrive, you'll find a perfect horseshoe bay with calm, crystal clear water ideal for snorkeling. Did you know? The beach is named Caceira, meaning cheesemaker, because its shape resembles a traditional cheesemaking tool. 5. Playa Arco. Talk about a secret spot. Playa Arco Beach near Uvita is only accessible by walking through a sea cave at low tide. The natural stone arch on the beach is a photographer's dream. Fun fact: the arch was formed over thousands of years by waves eroding the rock. It's like nature's own sculpture. 6. Playa San Juanillo. With its white sand and turquoise water, Playa San Juanillo Beach near Nisara looks like it belongs on a postcard. It's actually two beaches separated by a narrow strip of land, creating a unique double bay shape. Great for snorkeling, you might spot colorful parrotfish or even sea turtles here. Interesting fact: the village of San Juanillo was originally a small fishing community, and you can still see traditional fishing boats pulled up on the beach. 7. Tamarindo. Surf's up, dudes and dudettes. Tamarindo is like the cool kid of Costa Rica's beaches. It's got waves for everyone, from beginners to pros. But here's a secret: head to the north end of the beach at low tide. You'll find awesome tide pools full of colorful fish and maybe even a sneaky octopus. Fun fact: Tamarindo's name comes from the tamarind trees that grow nearby. These trees make fruit that tastes sweet and sour at the same time. 8. Playa Conchal. Ever walked on a beach made of tiny seashells? That's Playa Conchal. It's like nature's treasure chest. The water here is so clear, you can see your toes when you're swimming. Bring a snorkel if you can. There are colorful fish just waiting to say hello. What many people don't know: the sand here isn't sand at all. It's millions of tiny crushed shells. Each step is like walking on a rainbow of ocean memories. 9. Playa Flamingo. Don't expect to see pink birds here. Playa Flamingo got its name from its pinkish sand. It's one of the calmest beaches around, perfect for floating in the waves or building epic sandcastles. Secret tip: visit at sunset. The sky turns amazing colors, and sometimes you can spot dolphins playing in the distance. 10. Manuel Antonio Beach. Manuel Antonio Beach is like a nature party. It's part of a national park, so you might have monkeys or sloths as beach buddies. The sand is super soft, and the water's great for swimming. Cool fact: this beach disappears twice a day. When the tide comes in, the beach gets smaller. When it goes out, it's like the ocean is giving you extra room to play. 11. Playa Hermosa. Don't mix this up with the other Playa Hermosa. Costa Rica has two. This one, near Yaco, is a surfer's dream. The waves here are so good, they have surfing contests here. What most people miss: look for the sea turtle nests. From July to December, turtles come here to lay their eggs. If you're lucky, you might see baby turtles racing to the ocean. 12. Montezuma Beach. Montezuma Beach is for the adventurers. It's got waterfalls that splash right into the ocean. How cool is that? The town nearby is super artsy and fun too. Insider info: ask a local about the hidden hot springs near the beach. When the tide is low, you can find warm pools of water. It's like nature's hot tub. Pro tip: remember, folks, these beaches are beautiful because people take care of them. Always pick up your trash and be kind to the animals. Let's keep Costa Rica's beaches awesome for everyone. Alright, adventurers. Let's swap our flip-flops for hiking boots and head to the mountains. B Mountains, Costa Rica's sky-high adventures. 13. Cerro Chirripo. Cerro Chirripo is the tallest mountain in Costa Rica. It's so high, you might see clouds below you. The hike is tough but worth it. On a clear day at the top, you can see both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea at the same time. How's that for a view? What most people miss: there are magical little lakes near the top called Paramo. They look like mirrors reflecting the sky, perfect for awesome photos. Fun fact: It can get below freezing at night on Chiripo, even though Costa Rica is a tropical country. 14. Turrialba. Turrialba town has it all: a smoky volcano, green hills, and yummy cheese. The Turrialba volcano is active, which means it sometimes puffs out smoke. You can watch it from safe spots nearby. The town is also famous for its white cheese. Cool tidbit. Coffee grown on Turrialba's slopes is some of the best in the world because of the rich volcanic soil. 15. Catchy. Imagine a village with a big lake, pretty gardens, and a pink church. Is like a postcard come to life. Catchy Lake is actually man-made, created by a big dam. In the morning, mist rises from the lake, making everything look magical. Did you know? The Catchy Church is painted pink and white, making it one of the most colorful churches in Costa Rica. 16. Zarcero. Get ready for the craziest garden you've ever seen in Zarcero. In the town park, bushes are cut into shapes like animals, people, and even a motorcycle. It's like a green zoo. The cool mountain air here is perfect for growing lettuce and strawberries. Wacky fact: the topiary garden was started by one man with just a pair of shears over 50 years ago. 17. San Gerardo de Dota. San Gerardo de Dota Valley is where bird lovers come to see the resplendent quetzal. This bird is super colorful and hard to find. The misty forests here are also great for hiking and fishing for rainbow trout. Fun fact: quetzals only eat wild avocados whole and then poop out the seeds, helping new trees grow. 18. Baruca. High up in the mountains, the Baruca people have lived for over 1,000 years. They're famous for making bright masks and having a cool festival where they pretend to fight a bull. It's all just for fun. Interesting tidbit: the colors used in Baruca masks all have special meanings. Red means blood and bravery, while blue stands for the sky. 19. Arenal volcano. Imagine a giant ice cream cone, but instead of ice cream, it's filled with hot lava. That's Arenal volcano. It used to rumble and spit out lava all the time, but now it's taking a nap. Don't worry, though, there's still plenty of excitement. Fun fact: Arenal is young for a volcano. It's only about 7,500 years old. That's like a baby in volcano years. What people don't know: at night, if you listen closely, you might hear the volcano breathing. It's actually just gases escaping, but it sounds super cool. 20. Monteverde Cloud Forest. Ever walked through a cloud? In Monteverde, you can. This forest is so high up that it's always misty. It's like being in a magical green world where everything drips with life. Cool info: the trees here are covered in plants called epiphytes. These are like nature's apartment buildings, with different creatures living on each level. Secret spot: look for the strangler fig trees. They start as tiny seeds in the canopy and grow down, eventually replacing the host tree. It's like natural architecture. 21. Rincon de la Vieja. This place is like nature's spa. It's got bubbling mud pots, steamy hot springs, and even mini volcanoes called fumaroles. It smells a bit like rotten eggs, but that's just the sulfur letting you know it's working its magic. Fun fact: the name means Old Woman's Corner in English. Legend says an old witch lived on the volcano and sent columns of smoke when she was cooking. 22. Poas Volcano. Poas Volcano has one of the biggest craters in the world. It's like a giant bowl of green soup, with steam rising from the middle. The crater lake is super acidic. You wouldn't want to swim in it. Insider tip: visit early in the morning for the best chance to see the crater clearly. The clouds usually roll in by noon. 23. Irazu Volcano. On a clear day, you can see both the Pacific and Caribbean from here too. But the coolest part is the crater lake. It sometimes turns bright green or red because of minerals in the water. What people don't realize: the soil here is so rich from volcanic ash that farmers grow all sorts of veggies on the slopes. Volcano potatoes, anyone? Pro tip: remember, mountain weather can change fast. Always bring a jacket, even if it's sunny when you start out. And stick to the trails. These mountains have lots of hidden cliffs and ravines. See rainforests. Costa Rica's wild green paradises. Get ready for some serious jungle vibes as we explore these amazing rainforests. 24. Tataguero. Imagine a place where rivers are roads and turtles rule the beaches. That's Tataguero. This rainforest is on the Caribbean coast and it's like a real-life jungle cruise. Fun fact: Tataguero means land of turtles. Every year, thousands of sea turtles come here to lay their eggs. It's like a turtle birthday party on the beach. What people don't know: the canals here were made by people long ago to transport bananas. Now, they're superhighways for wildlife. 25. Osa Peninsula. The Osa Peninsula is home to Corcovado National Park, which National Geographic called the most biologically intense place on Earth. That's science talk for tons of cool animals. Cool info. This place has 2.5% of the world's biodiversity in less than 0.001% of its surface area. It's like someone shrunk the whole planet's nature into one tiny spot. Secret tip. Look for the giant blue morpho butterflies. Their wings are as big as your hand and shine like living jewels. 26. Manuel Antonio National Park. Picture this: pristine beaches, lush forests, and cheeky monkeys all in one place. That's Manuel Antonio for you. Manuel Antonio National Park is where the rainforest meets the beach. You can swing through the jungle like Tarzan in the morning and build sandcastles in the afternoon. What most people miss: the park has helper leafcutter ants. They carry leaves back to their nests to grow fungus, which they then eat. It's like they're tiny farmers. Fun fact: this park may be Costa Rica's smallest, but it's packed with more wildlife per square inch than almost anywhere else in the world. What people don't know: the park has a hidden beach called Playa Escondido. It's a bit of a hike, but you might have it all to yourself. 27. Caño Negro Wildlife Refuge. Caño Negro Wildlife Refuge is a wetland wonderland. It's one of the best places to see rare birds and funky reptiles like caimans. They're like alligators' cousins. Fun fact: during the dry season, the refuge shrinks to just a few lagoons. But when it rains, it becomes a massive lake. 28. Braulio Carrillo National Park. Braulio Carrillo National Park is so big and dense that scientists are still discovering new species here. It's got everything from misty mountaintops to lowland swamps. Insider info. Take the aerial tram for a bird's eye view of the rainforest canopy. It's like being in a glass bubble floating through a sea of green. 29. Carrara National Park. Carrara National Park is where the dry forests of the north meet the wet forests of the south. It's like two different worlds colliding. What people don't realize: this park is one of the best places to see scarlet macaws. These big, bright red parrots are like flying rainbows. Here's a cool rainforest hack. In the morning, look for spider webs between trees. The way they're built can help you figure out which direction is which. So, who's ready to explore these amazing jungles? Drop a comment and tell me which rainforest adventure sounds most exciting to you. Next up, we'll check out some cool cities and towns. Let's trade our hiking boots for some comfy walking shoes as we dive into Costa Rica's vibrant cities and charming towns. D cities and towns, Costa Rica's urban and cultural gems. 30. San Jose. Welcome to the heart of Costa Rica. San Jose might look busy at first, but it's full of hidden treasures. Fun fact: the city sits in a valley called Central Valley, surrounded by mountains and volcanoes. It's like a city in a giant green bowl. What people don't know: check out the Soda's small, family-run restaurants. They serve the best traditional food, and it's super cheap. Try the casado, it's like a Costa Rican sampler platter. 31. Puerto Viejo. Imagine a place where life moves to the rhythm of reggae and the ocean waves. That's Puerto Viejo. This Caribbean town is all about chill vibes and colorful culture. Cool info: the town has a unique mix of cultures: Latin, Caribbean, and indigenous. This means amazing food and festivals. Secret tip: rent a bike and ride along the coast. You'll find hidden beaches and maybe even sloths hanging out in the trees. 32. La Fortuna. La Fortuna sits at the base of Arenal volcano. It's like living in the shadow of a sleeping giant. What most people miss: the free hot springs river. Ask locals about El Chalán. It's a bit hard to find, but it's like nature's own hot tub. 33. Monteverde. Monteverde is a mountain town that feels like it's floating in the clouds. It's a place where you can walk on bridges high up in the forest canopy. Fun fact: Monteverde was founded by Quakers from the United States who came here in the 1950s. They helped protect the cloud forest we see today. 34. Yaco. Surfs up in this beach town. Yaco is known for its waves and nightlife. It's where ticos, that's what Costa Ricans call themselves, go to party. Insider info: look for the Yaco Waque street filled with cool murals painted by local artists. It's like an outdoor art gallery. 35. Santa Teresa. Santa Teresa is a tiny beach town that is becoming a hot spot for yoga lovers and surfers. It's so laid back, you might forget to put your shoes on. What people don't realize: the sunsets here are amazing. Head to the beach around 5 p.m. and watch the sky turn into a painting. Pro tip: in Costa Rican towns, it's normal to see addresses like 200 meters north of the church. They use landmarks instead of street names, so don't be afraid to ask locals for directions. Cool hack. In most towns, the church faces west and the park is in front of it. You can use this to figure out which way is north or south. Alright, it's time to lace up those hiking boots and grab your binoculars. We're diving into Costa Rica's incredible national parks where Mother Nature really shows off. National Parks, Costa Rica's Wild Wonders. 36. Corcovado National Park. Corcovado is like a real-life Jurassic Park, minus the dinosaurs, of course. It is located in the Osa Peninsula in southwestern Costa Rica. Cool info, scientists have spotted jaguars here. They're super rare and shy, but just knowing they're around makes it extra exciting. Secret tip, take a night hike with a guide. The forest comes alive after dark, and you might see glowing fungi or sleeping birds. 37. Tadiguero National Park. Imagine a park where you need a boat instead of a car to get around. That's Tadiguero. The park is only accessible by boat or small aircraft. It is located in the northern Caribbean coast. What most people miss, the park isn't just about turtles. Look for tiny poison dart frogs, they're like living jewels on the forest floor. Cool info, the park is the nesting site for 4 species of sea turtles, including green, leatherback, hawksbill, and loggerhead. 38. Arenal Volcano National Park. Home to Costa Rica's most famous volcano, this park is hot stuff, literally. It is located in the northern lowlands. The park is home to over 850 species of birds. Fun fact, the park has a tree called the poor man's umbrella with leaves so big you could actually use them as an umbrella. 39. Cahuita National Park. Cahuita National Park is where the rainforest meets the Caribbean Sea. It's like 2 parks in one. It is located in the southern Caribbean coast. It is home to howler and white-faced monkeys, sloths, and over 200 species of birds. Insider info, the coral reef here is amazing for snorkeling. Keep an eye out for sea turtles and colorful parrotfish. Fun fact, the park protects the largest coral reef system in Costa Rica. 40. Rincón de la Vieja National Park. Ever wanted to see a volcano, waterfalls, and bubbling mud pots all in one day? Rincón de la Vieja National Park is your park. It showcases diverse volcanic features and dry tropical forest. It is located in the Guanacaste province, northwestern Costa Rica. Rincón de la Vieja National Park contains 2 volcanoes and spans 6 different life zones. It is also home to pumas, jaguars, sloths, and over 300 bird species. What people don't realize, the park has a mini desert called Las Pelas. It looks like you've landed on another planet. Cool park hack, in most parks, animals are more active early in the morning or late in the afternoon. Plan your visits around these times for the best wildlife spotting. Drop a comment and tell me which of these gems sounds most exciting to you. Are you for the beaches, mountains, rainforest, cities and towns, or the national parks? Or is it a combination of all? Next up, we'll talk about some must-try experiences for your Costa Rica adventure. Must-try experiences in Costa Rica. Ziplining. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to fly? Well, in Costa Rica, you can. Ziplining through the rainforest is like soaring through the air with the birds. As you glide from platform to platform, you'll be surrounded by the sounds of the jungle, chirping birds, rustling leaves, and maybe even the distant call of a howler monkey. It's an adrenaline rush like no other. But don't worry, it's totally safe, and guides will make sure you're all set before you take the leap. Plus, the views are unbeatable. You'll get to see the rainforest from a whole new angle, with treetops stretching out as far as the eye can see. Fun fact, Costa Rica invented ziplining as a tourist activity. It started as a way for scientists to study the rainforest canopy. Surfing. Costa Rica is famous for its incredible waves, and whether you're a pro or a beginner, there's a spot for you. The best part? You don't need to be an expert to have fun. Surf schools are everywhere, and the instructors are super friendly. They'll have you standing up on your board in no time. And trust me, there's nothing like the feeling of catching your first wave. The warm water, the sun on your back, and the thrill of riding a wave, it's pure magic. Even if you're just watching from the shore, the energy is contagious. Who knows? You might even spot a dolphin or 2 playing in the waves. What people don't know, there's a perfect wave for every season. Ask locals about the best spots, they might share secret beaches. Sloth and monkey watching. Now, for something a little more laid back. Costa Rica is home to some amazing wildlife, and one of the best things you can do is simply sit back and watch nature unfold. Keep your eyes on the trees, you might just spot a sloth hanging out, moving in slow motion. It's like a real-life nature show. Sloths are like the chilliest creatures ever. They move so slowly that algae actually grows on their fur, helping them blend into the trees. And if you're really lucky, you'll hear the high-pitched whistle of a howler monkey, or catch a glimpse of a monkey swinging through the branches. Cool info: sloths are great swimmers. If you see one in water, don't worry, it's not drowning, just taking a dip. Coffee tour: learn how your morning wake-up drink is made. You'll see coffee plants and maybe even pick some beans. Fun fact: in Costa Rica, they say the best coffee beans are exported. But locals know the secret spots for amazing local brews. Chocolate tasting: try chocolate made the old-school way. You might even make your own bar. What many don't realize: cacao was once used as money by native people in Costa Rica. 1. Money-saving tips: let's talk about stretching those colones, that's Costa Rica's money, and having a blast without breaking the bank. Here are some super cool money-saving tips that'll make your wallet happy. 1. Eat like a local, forget fancy restaurants. The real yummy stuff is at Soda's small family-run eateries. Try a casado, it's like a Costa Rican combo meal with rice, beans, salad, and meat or fish. It's cheap and fills you up good. Fun fact: casado means married in Spanish. They say it's called that because it's the kind of meal a wife would make for her husband. But anyone can enjoy it. 2. Ride the bus. Costa Rica's buses are like magic carpets on wheels. They go almost everywhere and cost way less than renting a car. Plus, you might make new friends. What people don't know: on long bus rides, there's often a guy who comes on to sell snacks. Try the manitos, they're like puffy cheese balls and super popular with locals. 3. Free fun in nature. Costa Rica is one big playground. Lots of beaches are free to visit. You can hike in many places without paying. Even some waterfalls don't cost a thing to see. Cool tip: look for fiestas or town festivals. They often have free music, dancing, and fun games. 4. Stay in hostels or cabinas. Hotels can be pricey. Hostels are great for meeting other travelers. Cabinas are like little cabins or simple rooms, they're cheap and comfy. Insider info: some hostels have free activities like yoga classes or movie nights. Ask when you check in. 5. Shop at the feria. The feria is a farmer's market that happens in most towns once a week. Fruits and veggies are super cheap here. Try new fruits like manzana de agua, water apple, or granadilla, sweet passion fruit. Fun fact: at the feria, people often say "que más," which means what else? It's their way of asking if you want to buy anything more. 6. Use water wisely. Drinking water is safe in most places in Costa Rica. Bring a reusable water bottle and fill it up instead of buying plastic bottles. It's good for your wallet and the planet. What many don't realize: in some places, you can drink straight from mountain streams. But always ask a local if it's safe first. 7. Learn some Spanish. Knowing a few words can help you get better deals. ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much does it cost? And es muy caro, it's very expensive, are good to know. Cool language fact: Costa Ricans say pura vida for almost everything. It means pure life but can mean hello, goodbye, great, or no problem. Remember, being on a budget doesn't mean missing out on fun. Some of the best memories are free, like watching a beautiful sunset or spotting a colorful toucan in a tree. 8. Wrap up. Wow, what a journey! We've covered so much of Costa Rica, from hidden beaches to misty mountains, from busy cities to wild jungles. Let's recap some of the coolest things. We found 40 secret spots, like shell-covered Playa Concal and the cloud-hugging Monteverde. We learned how to travel on a budget, eating yummy local food and riding colorful buses. We discovered amazing national parks full of monkeys, sloths, and maybe even jaguars. And we talked about must-try experiences like ziplining and surfing. So, are you ready for your Costa Rican adventure? Which part are you most excited about? Leave a comment below. For more adventurous journey, check out our other videos showcasing amazing places around the world, like Video 1 and Video 2. There's so much more to discover, so don't forget to keep exploring with us. Until next time, this is Abai saying pura vida and happy travels.